Everyone, it's Annie from A Phoenix Healing. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It is Friday, May 1st, 2026, and I wanted to do a video about the full moon and the energy and everything that's going to be happening, especially tonight, and what you may have started feeling yesterday and then even for tomorrow, because those are the most three energy filled days, and especially tonight with it being the full moon uh in the primary day. So the full moon in Scorpio is today on May 1st, 2026, and it's a powerful, transformative event encouraging deep emotional release, truth seeking, and alchemizing past pain into strength. So, it's the first of two full moons in May, which is labeled actually a blue moon month, and marks a significant high intensity turning point for letting go of old attachments. And this is really a time for truth because Scorpio lifts the veil because this full moon occurs in the fixed water of Scorpio. And with Scorpio, nothing stays on the surface, in part because the sign is ruled by two planets, Mars and Pluto. And taken together, Mars and Pluto can explain why Scorpio energy can feel so intense. It's powerful, which is the Mars, but profound and transformative, which is the Pluto. And Scorpio wants to go deeper. And in order to understand, transform, and move on to something stronger and new, you might feel Scorpio whispering to you under this full moon, like change is good, you don't have to stay the same. And every full moon brings hidden things to light as it brings other things to a close. Under a full moon in Scorpio, this is intensified. So veils are lifted now in relationships and power structures and in ourselves. Intuition is sharper and perception is more fine. You may already feel this in the days leading up to the full moon. It could come as a heightened sensitivity or the feeling that something is in the air. So you may as well have even started it feeling this earlier in the week. The central question of this full moon is, where have you given up your power and what should you let go of in order to regain it? Some interesting facts to coincide with this full moon is Sun is in Taurus. So when both depth and grounding are important, because while the moon in Scorpio plunges us into the depths, the Sun being in the earthy Taurus sign will keep us grounded. This is a classic tension. So Taurus with its love for the tangible, essential, the safe, Scorpio with its hunger for change and what lies beneath the surface. This tension is between consistency versus transformation. The sun in Taurus reminds us that change needs solid ground from which to happen. Those who completely dissolve have nothing left from which something new can emerge. This full moon invites us to hold on to both the depth of Scorpio and the rootedness of Taurus. Also to note, Venus and Saturn, love but serious. That's a beautiful transit on May 1st. The Venus sextile Saturn, which gives this full moon a special touch. The need for real deep connection will feel greater now in existing relationships. This could come in as a desire for more commitment and clarity. It could also be a time for things to be released, of course, with it being a full moon, but it's a good time for an honest conversation that perhaps has been put off for too long. New relationships that form now will tend to be more serious too. You'll attract people who really mean it. And one more thing too, Mercury in Aries is now in conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer. This speaks to communication that may hurt but ultimately heals. It's about telling the truth now, even if it feels uncomfortable. Financial decisions are also under a good star because the focus now should be on savings plans, well thought out investments, and long-term projects. Venus and Saturn and sextile don't like wild speculation, but they reward everything that is built with perseverance and realism. Mercury changes the pace, so the pressure eases. So all these revelations, difficult conversations, and the strength it takes to be honest naturally comes at a price. Full moon in Scorpio is not cozy. It is demanding and probing. This makes what comes afterward all the more important. Mercury moves from impulsive Aries to more leisurely Taurus on May 3rd. So with it being Friday, that would be Sunday on May 3rd, and you may feel it immediately. The pressure that was in the air will ease. However, this is not a step backwards. It's the natural movement after the full moon. So what to do during this full moon on May 1st, 2026? So let go. Full moons have always been moments of closure. You could try the following, like write down what you want to leave behind, a fear, a habit, a secret, a belief, a relationship dynamic. Light a candle. Preferably a white candle. Read out loud what you wrote down and then burn it, or you can even place your white candle on top of the paper and just um, watch the candle, watch how the flame is, watch how the wax is, and if the wick turns a certain way. That's so you can also read the candle flame and the candles, like how the releasing of that worked for you in your specific case. Mentally, leave it behind, let it go. The awareness of actively completing something is more powerful than you think. Tidy up, not just a superficial dusting. Scorpio doesn't like that at all. Open the drawer you haven't opened in a year. Go through the 2 boxes in the basement that you wanted to clean out 3 years ago. Delete contacts from your cell phones that no longer have any business being there. Scorpio loves transformation and often starts small and clean. It's a good time to just say goodbye to what we've been hoarding, especially if we know for a long time that we should let it go. Give something back to someone that you've kept for far too long. Yeah, the borrowed book that has been sitting on your shelf for 2 years, the favor you haven't returned yet, the energy you've taken from someone, perhaps without realizing it. Scorpio rules shared resources and mutual debts, not just financial, but emotional. So now is a good time to settle an old score and get closure on something that's been subtly pulling at you. Take an honest look at finances. Venus and Saturn make this full moon the right time to finally take a look at your figures without excuses. What's coming in, what's going out, what's been sitting on the back burner for too long. Drop a new budget or pay off a debt, or simply make the one decision you've been putting off again and again. What to avoid around this full moon. Impulsive decisions based on emotion. The Scorpio full moon brings up intense feelings that can tempt you to make decisions you may regret tomorrow. If you're in the middle of a heated conversation and want to throw everything away, wait a night, sleep on it. What is real knowledge will still be true tomorrow. What was just an impulse also often looks completely different the next day. Hiding from confrontation. Now is the ideal phase to have the kind of honest conversations you've been putting off for a long time. If you wanted to say something to someone for weeks, whether it's your partner, a friend, or a colleague, now is the time. Not because it's easier now, but because that's what the energy supports, truth and clarity, rather than comfort. Say what you think, and the air around you will lighten. Initiating major new projects. Full moons are not new moons. They are not a starting signal, but a conclusion. If you launch a huge new project now, this works against the energy of the moment. Better to complete what is still open. The new can come afterward when the air has cleared and the moon is unfolding again. And yeah, it's just anything starting new. Wait for the full moon energy to do that. Do not do that around a full moon. Um, Additional astrological significance and key themes, signs and intensity. So occurring at 11 degrees of Scorpio, this moon brings intense emotions to the surface, demanding honesty about situations you've been avoiding. It is a time for confronting those hard truths. Transformation and alchemization. The energy focuses on turning emotional pain into personal power. So offering deep insights into and closure on long-standing complicated issues. Scorpio energy supports deep emotional and spiritual intimacy. So use this moon to reclaim your personal power, alchemize pain into wisdom, and transform vulnerability into strength. Connecting with nature and the body. So while this flower moon celebrates spring's beauty, Scorpio reminds us that true growth requires going inward. Honor both the lighted blooming flowers and the rich dark soil from which they emerge. The Beltane energy. This date coincides with the ancient Celtic fire festival of Beltane, signaling a moment of transition and passion in the lunar rhythm. As this is the first of 2 full moons in May of 2026, it acts as a curtain riser for major ongoing personal transformation that will culminate in a second full moon on May 31st, 2026. And the planetary support. The moon's energy is balanced by Mercury conjunct Chiron and Aries, so prompting that need for healing communication. Um, and working with the full moon, really how to work with this full moon, releasing secrets, because this is the ideal time to stop editing the truth and face reality. This is like the big thing. It is unveiling and truth speaking, like truth telling. Be honest, be truthful, get it out there. Full moons are culminations, and in Scorpio, this often means powerful endings that clear space for new beginnings. So let go of emotional baggage, toxic ties, or limiting beliefs so you can bloom more fully. The shadow work. This is time to examine deep-seated emotional baggage, fears, and attachments you're ready to let go of. Emotional resilience. Focus on healing by acknowledging past pain and transforming it into a tool for empowerment. Scorpio urges us to face what lies beneath the surface. So this is a potent time for honesty with ourselves. What emotions, relationships, or habits no longer serve our highest good? What truths have we been avoiding? Let go of control. Practice surrender, particularly if you have been trying to force a result, as this moon requires working with the current flow. Other important themes of this May 1st, 2026 full moon. It is a full flower moon, so the traditional name for the May full moon symbolizing blooming and abundance. It is a Scorpio moon, so emphasizing the zodiac sign in its themes of death, transformation, and intensity. And of course, the Beltane moon, referring to its occurrence during the May 1st Celtic festival. And it's also the transformative moon, highlighting the intense personal change brought about by the Scorpio energy. And Scorpio is a fixed water sign ruled by Pluto and traditionally Mars. So the planet of death, rebirth, power, and the subconscious. Its energy is intense, passionate, and deeply intuitive, encouraging us to dive into emotional depths, confront hidden truths, and emerge renewed. When the flower moon moves through Scorpio, it illuminates what has been buried, secret spirits, attachments, or outdated patterns, so we can release them and allow authentic growth to take root. The month begins and ends with a full moon, which is very rare because this period is considered one of the luckiest times to release what is not working in order to prepare for new opportunities. That is very rare. May 1st and May 31st, literally. So this is a wonderful, wonderful time to work with the energies for the full moon. And with the flower moon under Scorpio's influence, the energy is intense, revealing, and deeply cathartic. Unlike the steady, sensual, and abundance-focused energy of Taurus, Scorpio encourages a raw, honest confrontation with the underworld of our psyche. This pairing of spring's blooming vitality with Scorpio's transformative depth creates a rare opportunity to celebrate new life while courageously releasing what holds us back from fully embodying it. Harness the flower moon's energy by embracing both the beauty of new beginnings and stability needed to sustain them. So let your intentions bloom with patience, care, and purpose. Release and let go of what no longer serves you. And so important, please tell the truth about things, and realize the truth about situations and things, whether it's, again, like family members, friends, significant other, like a career, a job, just things that are no longer aligned, like things that need to be let go of. And also keep in mind, as it is the first of the month, to cleanse your space. It's so important right now to work with that energy. And it just works really nicely with the full moon because you want to release and then you want to bring in some good. You want to at least set the intention to bring in some good. So I know even after this video, I'm going to do some cleaning, tidying up, and going to do some cleansing on my space to welcome this brand new month. So with that said, I should probably note too, so I'm starting to get back into doing my TikTok live. So wherever you're watching this on one of the platforms, it is, I'll be doing that tonight. So probably after I get things settled with feeding my pup and taking him out for his evening walk. So I would probably say I'll probably be on anywhere between 9:30 or 10 p.m. PST, so Pacific time. If you're interested in having a full moon reading done, it is discounted on TikTok Live. It is regularly 55 on my website. So if you're familiar with working with me and how I do my moon readings, but especially whether it's the new moon or the full moon, it's a 3 question spread. However, I always go by how many cards come out. So sometimes there could be a whole bunch. I have never done 3 questions and only received like a card for each. It doesn't happen. So it always comes out with what the client needs to hear at the time. And I also include some bonus angel messages. So however many angel messages come out at the time. And so the TikTok live special is going to be 35. And if you want a more private reading, for it to be recorded, visit my website at phoenixhealing.com and order it from there. And again, it's just a price difference of $20. But either way, you're going to get the information that you need to help you work with this energy, and especially to start off with this brand new month of May. And recording, and also too, in numerology, it is a 5 month. So the 5 month is, all about the change. It's can be a very chaotic energy too, very drama-filled energy, a nonstop energy. So this is a wonderful time to get some guidance, especially as we go into this brand new month of May. And of course, with all the energies that are happening right now, and just what really needs to like release within you, things that need clarity on, things that you just need to be advised on. So whatever would come through to you on a personal level comes through in my readings. So again, I hope this message has been helpful and resonating, and I hope this has been really informative. And again, if you're interested, check me out on TikTok Live tonight, or if you want more private, visit my website and book a healing set, book a reading through there. So, with that said, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Take good care of yourself. Remember to cleanse your space. Think happy thoughts, and just welcome the brand new month of May. And just try to, no matter what, just keep in your higher frequency, no matter what's going on around you, and just like cleanse as soon as you get home. So, with that said, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Have a great start to your weekend, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.